All right, really quick long division. We're going to do simple, we're going to do slightly more difficult, and then we're going to do slightly more difficult. All right, so we'll start easy. 100 divided by 2. You know it's 50, I know it's 50, but this way you can see it with an easy example. How many times does 2 go into 1? It's 0. So you can put 0 up there as a placeholder for now to help you understand. It's just an easy way to remember it. And like I'm sure as soon as I start talking about this, you'll probably remember it and just stop watching. But it's a thing to help you. Um, all right. So you can't do anything with that. So what do? Well, we make it a 10 now. How many times does 2 go into 10? 5 times. So 2 times 5 is 10, so you bring that down and you subtract these two numbers, and whatever you get, you write right down here. Whatever it takes to get that number, you write up here. It's simple, I know. Um, so what do you do now? You have a 0. Normally when you get to a 0 in long division, you stop, unless you have another number up here. Even if it's another 0, you still need to deal with it, because obviously the answer to this is not 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the 0 and you're going to bring it on down here. If it were another number, it'd be way more impressive, but it's not. So how many times does 2 go into 0? 0 times. What is 0, 0 minus 0? 0. Now that we have our final 0 and we don't have any more numbers up there, you can consider it done. We're at 50. That is the answer. You and I know the answer. So there you go. That's pretty much how it works. Now we're going to go slightly harder and then slightly harder. All right, so 279 divided by 3. I've checked this out to make sure it works. Just treat it the same way. You start with the single digits. How many times does 3 go into 2? 0 times. Again, you don't have to write the 0 there, but it just helps you keep track until you remember what you're doing, which I'm sure you will. Unless they don't teach this anymore, which they should. It's a very important skill. I imagine they do. It's just been a while. I didn't use it for years, but I know it. So, it obviously doesn't go into 2. How about 27? So, 27 divided by 3 is 9. So again, you bring 27 down and you do subtraction. 0. If you got a 0 and there's nothing else left, you're done, but you don't. We're not dividing 27, we're dividing 279. So you bring the 9 down, and now you have your 9 down here. 9 divided by 3, how many times does 3 go into 9? 3 times. So you write that over the 9. And then you do your fun little subtraction. All right. So now you have your 0. There's nothing else to bring down. You have 93 as your answer. Simple, sweet, good to eat. So what if we have almost the same number, but that last digit's differently? So I'm not going to write that fun zeros there. I'll get us there very quickly. All right. So it goes the same all the way up until you get to this 8. So you bring down that 8, and now it doesn't fit so neatly. 9 is bigger than 8, so you can't have a 93 here anymore. So you have 3 goes into 8 2 times with a little bit left over. So you're going to put the 2 up here. You're going to write your 6 down here. That leaves you a 2. Now what do? You don't have any other numbers to break down. Well, you and I both know numbers have these wonderful things called decimal points, which means there are all these zeros that you can do whatever you want with. So, yeah. So you're going to bring down a 0. Oh, but that makes a 20. 3 doesn't go evenly into 20. You can get a 6 with an 18, and you put that 6 on the side of the decimal point now. Because it's from the decimal side, so it has to go on the decimal side. Back in the old days, this was like 92 point whatever, but it was really like 92 with a remainder of 2. But you know better than that. If you really have to do that, like technically you could stop the answer at like 92 with a remainder of 2. But we're not doing that. We're adults here. Remainders are stupid. And it'd be like 92 and 2/3. So whatever. But so you have your wow, why am I writing this so small? So you have your 2, and now you have your 18. Yeah. Oh, so you got another 2. Well, bring down another 0. Put another 6 up there. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat. You might remember what this is. This is I'm just going to move this. This is 92.6 repeating. Or 92.666667. whatever you prefer to call it, that's what. If it keeps going, you can just write the little bar over the top of it. Now, if eventually you think it's gonna change, it won't. But if you think it's gonna, you can do something about it, I guess. I don't know. Whatever, man. Alright, so we're gonna finish off on like one last big number that I think I can do pretty easily, but if I randomly pause the video, it's like just double checking that I'm making sure my math is good. Do I want to do 11? I'll do 11. I'm really bad with multiples of 11 though, so we'll find out. Alright, so now that you have a 2-digit number to do your long division, you don't start with the first digit anymore, because obviously that's going to be a 0. You immediately just assume the second digit. And a lot of times you do division, you will start with just the 2 digits here. So 11 goes into 12 one time. So you put your 11, you get a 1. So you bring down the 5. So you got, why did I write that so small? There's so much room on this whiteboard. I'm gonna, dump, 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 dump. That's a little better. All right. Ooh, that's gross. So, now you write that here. I'm gonna tick these off because otherwise it's gonna get a little, just so it keep it neater. All right. So we got our 1, we got our 15. It goes in there one time. So you go, whomp, and now you get that. And you're like, oh, well, this is gonna be what? You're gonna bring down the 6, you dingus. Now 46, it goes in there 4 times. And again, it's the same thing with bigger numbers. It's just like sometimes it's easier to think about it when you've seen it in more ways, so you understand that it's the same all across. I don't know. It's how I think sometimes. It might not be how you think. I need to finish quickly. I'm almost out of memory. All right, so you got 44, you got a 2. We're going to have to break out the decimal points, or the remainders if you want to be that kind of fucking idiot. Womp, 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 womp. Man, this is, it's not, oh man. It's only going to go into 21 time. Are we going to have just ones all across? No, that'd be stupid, because now you have 90. Why would you think it's not the same number? Don't think that. All right. However, we are gonna have a slight issue, but you'll see that in a sec. So it goes into 90. Fuck, it goes in there 8 times. And now we got 88. But then the problem we have is that. So now, as opposed to having a nice, even, neat, repeating number, we have... Hold on. I don't like letting you watch me erase my board. We have 114.18.1. Well, not a point there. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. 1818181818. Or, if you had to... Given whatever number of significant figures you have to have, or if they say however many decimal points you have to go back, just write it 18182 eventually. But I am almost out of memory. I hope this helps. If you need more understanding, just ask me. I kind of remember it. Best of luck on your thing.